On this week's episode, we're back again and still better than ever, I think. It sure has been crazy lately. We have fires burning all over California, and while they're not close to Disneyland, they are creating problems at the park. Star Wars The Last Jedi comes out this week, and we're all trying to stay spoiler-free. To top it all off, Disney might be buying most of Fox Entertainment. Wild! Also, weekend parking tips, Pixar Play Parade, Olaf gets moved, and more on this sickly episode of the MousePIRE Podcast. Hi, I'm Anthony.
I'm Diggs.
And welcome to MousePIRE, your source for Star Wars, Disney, and everything in between. This is the podcast where both empires collide.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
What is this?
Ole! It's showtime!
We're making tracks in the snow, and everything is rosy. We're up on our feet, just making tracks in the snow, keeping warm and cozy, shivering and shaking to that good old country beat.
Made you look.
We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire.
Fire! Hey, I didn't start it again this time.
Why is there always fire on this podcast?
I don't know. It's a thing that we like or something. I don't know. There's just fire everywhere. Just real quick, we didn't record last week because Anthony had germs, and it was his turn to be sick. So yeah, it was better not to come over here and get contaminated.
Yeah, I apologize that after waiting all that time for this guy to get back to recuperating, then we had to miss 2 weeks because of first Rebecca was sick and then I was sick.
So a lot of germs going on, so that's why we didn't record. But yeah, real quick, let's talk about these fires, okay? California's on fire.
Yeah, it's not good.
Not good at all.
Been very dry. Been very not wet.
Yeah, we haven't had any rain yet
Wind.
in December. Whoa.
Upstairs, downstairs, all the stairs in the basement. There's been all the wind was what caused the fires originally, and then caused the dryness, and then of course all the fires and everything. You know, there was one fire that was unrelated to all that, but we'll get to that also.
There was a fire though that was by my house.
Oh, like an actual fire, like related to the wind and the and
yes, it was a little mountain fire.
That's fire.
Yeah. Oh, that was fire.
That was fire.
That was the crackling of the fire. Crackle.
Yes.
So yeah, the little mountain fire was going on. I don't think it burned that much because it is a little mountain. So, but yeah, that was kind of close to where I live. It's actually really close to where I used to coach baseball. So that was kind of interesting to see that fire going on. But we have all those fires going on over wherever they're going on. I don't know. There's too many going on right now. You have the one in San Diego,
Santa Barbara,
yes.
and which that one's huge.
Yes.
And then the one that was over there in, there was the one in Silmar, and then there was the one there in the Mulholland and Bel Air.
Right. I mean, a lot of fires that are really close to us. So it's really crazy.
But it's because, like I said, extreme conditions. So much so that if, just a thing, those that play Pokemon know that they just added weather to Pokemon.
Yeah.
And ever since the fire started, the weather has been nothing. The weather's been extreme, has been how the weather is called in Pokemon. Ever since the fire started, the weather here in California has been extreme. I don't know what that means, but that's what Pokemon seems to think our weather here is extreme because we're on fire.
I guess so. So, I mean, yeah, a lot of crap going on with these fires. It's really, really sad because a lot of homes have been destroyed. It's really crazy just to, watch the news, and then they're, in the helicopter going over all the burnt homes or they're on the ground, just talking to the people who live there. So that's really sad. So especially in this time of, a year, you got Christmas and everything. And, now they just lost everything and they have to try to rebuild. They got to find places to live and just really, really crazy.
You know who's not thinking about those people?
Who?
All the people that are complaining because Disneyland hasn't been having their fireworks.
Wait, I didn't cause that either.
Okay, well, yeah, we didn't cause that, but for the last 8 days, we'll have word by the time this podcast is over whether we're on a 9th day, but for the last 8 days, there has been absolutely no fireworks at Disneyland because the fire marshal and everybody has prohibited Disneyland from having fireworks because of the conditions. The decisions have been made fairly early on in the day that they would have no fireworks, so if anybody has been to Disneyland and noticed that there's been no fireworks, well, there has been no fireworks for what I assume is some sort of record.
I'm going to say probably yes, because I haven't heard of that ever happening, that they've canceled fireworks 8 days straight or 8 nights straight.
Right.
So, yeah, that's really...
So it's really, really crazy, but, I mean, there's a lot of people at Disneyland complaining about it and doing the whole, I came all the way from blah, blah, blah to see the fireworks. My parents came all the way from blah, blah, blah. Well, there's people's parents who have no houses because of the fires. So give the people some slack that there's going to be there's no fireworks, because there's people like, oh, there's no wind. How come there's no fireworks? Well, because all it takes is one little wind upstairs to blow an ember, and your day's over real quick.
Yes, we are all dry here in California, so
and we don't mean like liquor-wise. There's still plenty of that flowing, I'm sure.
Yeah, like you said, any spark could cause a fire near Anaheim, somewhere over there, and yeah, we don't want to be doing that right now. So the thing about it is we actually found out about this today, that the cast members actually know that there's no fireworks going on ahead of time, and they're just still doing their regular procedures of lighting people up or saving roping off the area for the fireworks and stuff like that.
Actually, some of the days they haven't even been putting the ropes up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, since they already know.
Because I was there on Friday, and that was one of the 8 days. And when I actually came back from California Adventure, walked into the park, and they actually had the ropes up. So, yeah, so I didn't know they were actually not doing ropes at all. Interesting. And I was actually waiting for the fireworks, I wasn't even thinking about, it being canceled until I was by Autopia. And, usually at that area, there's no one coming or going or anything because they're waiting for fireworks. And all of a sudden, I just saw this crowd of people. Like, oh, they must have canceled the fireworks because, another thing too. I've never heard this. We know that usually, like during a parade, during the Paint the Night, they didn't have the monorail going, right? Well, they didn't have the train going because of the fireworks, quote unquote, because of the fireworks. Like I said, I was over there in that area, and I noticed one of the cast members from the train station was out in front by the little shop right there. And I was like, oh, they must be closed, because why would he be standing there? So I just walked over there, and then I saw him talking to some of the guests, and he told them the train is closed until after the fireworks. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I've never seen that before. And I started thinking about it. Remember that one time, I think you were there, we were by It's a Small World?
Yeah, with the fire on the trees?
No, not the fire part. Not that fire. But we were there waiting for the fireworks, and then they kind of made everyone like back up more farther. You had to be on the opposite side of the store, and so no one could be in that area. So I was thinking maybe it's one of those situations where that whole area is roped off. So obviously the train station would be roped off too. So maybe that's what they were doing that day. But yeah, there was no train running during the fireworks. And then I was standing there, and then you have those one guests. They're annual pass holders because the train conductor guy went back to the station to go check what's going on, and you have that one person telling everybody who's coming up, the train's closed until after the fireworks. The train's closed. Like, oh, what are you, cast member now? And people are saying,
you ain't get no straws.
People are saying, oh, but the fireworks were canceled. Well, it doesn't matter, the train can't go until they say all clear. So anyway, yeah, so that was interesting to find out that they weren't running the train during the fireworks. After we get done with this, dry spell we're having and we get a go clear and all the fireworks start again, hopefully I'll be there and see if they're still having the train closed because of that, or if it was maybe, like I said, because of the wind, or they're thinking the fallout area is going to be, farther this way on this side of It's a Small World. So we'll see about that.
But as I mentioned earlier, there was one other fire that occurred in downtown Disney.
Yes.
Which was caught on film.
It was, social media. It was over there at the new Splitsville.
Yeah, apparently people were bowling too hard or something.
I think the balls hit really hard and sparked something. I don't know. So something was going on over there. So basically it was just on the construction site right there closest to the wall, I believe. From what I've seen on the video, there was a fire going on. I didn't read anything more about it, like what caused it or anything like that. And I don't know what type of damage it did to the structure.
Yeah, is it a setback or is it just something, no big deal, just something that was laying there that caught on fire, or somebody somebody left the trash on?
Or something. Maybe they left the iron in the trash.
Yes.
Yes, that's what might have happened. But yeah, so hopefully we can find out, soon what happened over there, and hopefully it didn't cause too much damage. And that Splitsville can be open pretty soon, and we can go and have some bowling and fat times there and things like that.
Yeah. Speaking of fat time, oh no, we're not there yet.
No, we're not there yet. But
I'm always trying to get ahead.
I know. All right, so speaking of Splitsville, the Disney Parks blog did give us some more information on the new dining, retail, and friendly entertainment that's coming to downtown Disney District in early 2018. A lot of this stuff is what we already know. One of them being Splitsville, but like we said, hopefully that's opening soon.
Yeah, it was a bunch of repetitive junk. The big bombshell was at the bottom where they said that D Street was going to be closing.
Yeah, because that's something we didn't hear. But before we get to that, they also, of course, they re-announced that new Star Wars Secret Empire. What's it called? Oh, what is that? Is that
the AR thing?
Yeah, the AR. I was trying to think of the R thing, the AR,
augmented reality or whatever it is.
We talked about that a while back.
Yeah.
But that, of course, is going to be opening there too.
I keep forgetting about that because originally they said holidays, and then we found out it was actually January, which isn't really holidays anymore.
Right.
So I was confused about when it was coming out now.
Well, from here it says that it will be open on January 5th. I thought it was opening before that. Or is this something different?
I don't know. I thought it was originally supposed to open mid-December, but I think it must have got pushed back or something. Maybe they had a fire in there too.
Because the thing is the tickets already went on sale. And I believe they had tickets on sale for December. So, I mean, we know when things, open up or are being built, that's going to, sometimes you have delays. So I'm just wondering about those people who got those tickets, because the tickets were put on sale, and then of course people are buying them, and those days were selling out. So if it was supposed to be open in December and people got those tickets, well, now if it's been pushed back to January 5th, now the people who buy tickets in December have to probably wait till February or March.
Dirty. So
yeah, that's another thing they talked about was that. But yeah, like Anthony mentioned, the D Street will close on January 2nd and reopen in early 2018.
But as a Disney home store?
Yeah. That's just the stuff you can find in World of Disney. It's like a home store.
Yeah, I don't really understand it. It's stupid. To me, I kept thinking that they were moving towards turning it into the all Star Wars store like they have in downtown Disney in Florida. They haven't at actually Disney Springs. Sorry,
right.
And Disney Springs, the D Street in Disney Springs converted to a all Star Wars store, and it was renamed Star Wars related. I think I talked about it in the podcast. So that's what I was expecting all this time. I thought eventually it was going to turn into that, but well, apparently I'm mistaken. I don't know what they're going to do with all that stuff, because it was the only place in downtown Disney to get the D-Tech stuff. So I don't know if they're going to leave that in there or if they're going to move that someplace else.
That's a good question. It does say here that the unique items found at D Street are available throughout the resort. Of course, like I said, most of the stuff you find at World of Disney anyway. If it's going to be like a home goods store with towels and I mean, that's what they have.
Aprons and pot holders. And
yeah, I mean, you got that in World of Disney.
Right.
Plus inside the resort. So
that's what I mean. But then, but you're taking away a place that is one of the only places that has the D-Tech cell phone cases, especially the personalized ones, where one of the only other places, it's actually the only place outside of the Disneyland to get it. And we have breaking news right now. As of right now, fireworks canceled again on Tuesday, 9-day, that making it 9 days straight of no fireworks at Disneyland.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, I mean, like we said, it's all about the weather. It's all about the dry conditions we have here. And the fire marshals are basically just saying, no, you guys can't do it. And being safe that way. But, I mean, it does suck because I have friends who are actually from Arizona who have been at the park since Friday. And, yeah, they haven't got to see fireworks.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does. But you know what?
What can you do, right?
Yeah, what can you do?
Like we said, it's nature.
But you know what? I've been seeing her post, and they've been having a great time anyway. So
I mean, there's people, you can definitely have a great time without having to have the fireworks. I mean, I know it's a big thing, but there's lots of things to do, so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, getting back to it. Yeah, I think the cell phone cases, as far as I know, there's no place outside of now. If that's going to close and they're going to take that out, then there won't be any place on downtown Disney to get the cell phone cases.
Maybe they'll just move it into World Disney.
You would have to think that that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
I think it's weird that they just keep cutting down on their little specialty stores, because first they closed the one there by where Sprinkles went.
Oh, yeah.
What was it called?
I don't remember.
The one with a 9 or something with fancy. It was all the women's stuff. And then, oh wow, the same pyro's been sitting in the launchers for all these 9 days. They have to throw it away now. It's apparently so many days they have to throw the pyro away. So every single bit of pyro that's in the launchers has to be taken out now, which is extremely dangerous from what I understand.
I was about to say, because you said that when you said they've been there for 9 days, I was going to say, well, they can't take them out. They can't remove them, and, well, yeah, because it is dangerous. So, yeah, that's going to be fun to do that.
And that's a huge waste of money. Well, I mean, the money they've saved by not having fireworks is still greater than the money I'm sure they're losing by throwing those fireworks away, but still. Yeah, I think at some point it becomes a safety hazard having those things. They wouldn't be able to use them because they would have to, with the night temperatures being lower, there would have to be some sort of moisture that would get into those fireworks.
Yeah.
Are you hungry? Well, they are. It's time for Fat Time in the Parks.
Fat time, little
coat.
All
right, so we have some fat times to get to. Where do you want to start, Anthony? You want to start with your fat time, or should we?
You know what I want to start with? I want to start with food and wine.
Oh, okay.
Start with some announcements. Now, I don't think this is any longer. This is because we know that last year Food and Wine was extended from the month that it was the first year to a month and a half. I'm guessing that these are about the same dates.
I think so, but people keep saying, "Oh, there's."
Is it longer? Is it? It might be. I think I think that it might be a week longer, if anything.
Yeah, because Food and Wine. I don't know when this starts. When does it start? On the 2nd, March 2nd. Well, let's go over the dates.
Let me look at the calendar here. Yeah, because I think it might have been, if anything, it was like 5.5 weeks or something like that last time. Was that sound about right?
Probably.
All right, March 2nd is a Friday, and it goes to April 14th or April 12th,
which is a Thursday.
So basically, we'll say March 2nd, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks this time then. exactly 6 weeks.
Okay.
So it's probably a couple days longer than last year then. All right, so yeah, so we got 6 weeks. That's cool.
That's 6 weeks of winter? Oh, no.
Oh, wait.
No.
Well, I don't know. It might change then if depending on how Groundhog Day goes, right? So yeah, so third time around for Food and Wine. It does say expand, so obviously they're saying it's expanding to 6 weeks. So I think it was like 5.5 weeks last time, because I think it ended on a different day. I think it ended on a Sunday or something.
That's what I'm thinking, too.
It started on a Friday and ended on a Sunday, so you ended up with, I think, 5.5 weeks.
Because you had the AP thing,
right,
where it started on that Friday, but the new button didn't start until the next
right.
Monday.
It was
so
stupid.
you had like what, 9 days to get a button or whatever it was.
Right. There's not really too many details other than dozen marketplaces once again, celebrity chefs, food and beverage tasting, winemaking, blah, blah, blah. Also, signature events will include a new experiences such as the Disney Family of Wines dinner and returning favorites like the Sweet Sundays and the Winemaker or Brewmaster dinners. Also returning is the Junior Chef experience with hands-on fun led by Chef Goofy.
I like that guy.
For ages 3 to 11.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was new
cool.
last year, I think.
Right.
So I know we're still in the middle of Festival of Fatness right now, but it doesn't hurt to look ahead to the next festival, the next Fat Time in the Parks.
Yes.
So, what do we call it? Spring Forward to Fatness? Is that what was it? Is that what we called it?
I think we did.
Something like that?
Spring forward to fatness.
Or something like
Hashtag.
that. So, yeah.
Hashtag spring forward to fatness.
So, more about Food and Wine between now and then as it is released.
Yeah, one more time. It's going to be March 2nd through April 12th. So get your plans ready, get your hotel accommodations and stuff like that. Be ready to get some Fat Time foods.
Yes.
Now, real quick, speaking about Fat Time foods, like you said, Festival of Fatness is going on, and I still haven't got to try anything. Like, I was there on Friday, and I was hanging out with Michael the Mail Guy and wifey and baby Ariel, and they were going to try that white hot chocolate with the cinnamon marshmallow, right? That's what it is. Homemade cinnamon and marshmallow. And I was just...
That's the one over there by what used to be Mad Tea, right? At that booth?
No. That one's right there by like Little Mermaid.
Oh,
right?
okay.
That area over there.
That one, okay.
Somewhere over there. And I was just thinking, ooh, and I really I wanted one, but with my recent health situation going on, I can't have it. And I actually needed to eat some food at that time, so I couldn't have that. But I do want to try some of the stuff. I'm going to try some of this stuff.
Try the pork belly.
You're a pork belly.
Thank you. Hey, the pork belly is still the best thing. I've tried a few more items now, and still the pork belly is hands down the best thing on there.
So yeah, hopefully I can try this. I mean, there's some of the desserts I really want to try. There's that apple lemonade I want to try. So I'm going to try to squeeze those in before Tuesday. And I'll let you guys know why I'm picking that day before Tuesday later on. But yeah, hopefully I can squeeze some of that stuff in before it all comes out. So what you try?
Well, I told you guys about a few items we tried last time on the podcast. We were there yesterday and got to try a few more items. Of course, Rebecca had to get another macaroni and cheese because she loves that macaroni and cheese. She said it wasn't as good this time. It didn't seem like it had much cream cheese, but...
I was going to say with the cornbread on top.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
I just want the cornbread.
I wanted to note that also I haven't had it myself, but since when the pork belly first came out, they have changed it slightly. That they've added pork rinds to top of it, which weren't there when the day it came out when I first had it. Because when the day we signed my mom into the park on Wednesday, whatever day that was, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I think it was. Anyways, when we saw she got the pork belly, and it had pork rinds on it. So just like with everything else, just like in the past with other things, the items are constantly evolving. That they realize that it needs something, or that something was missing, or whatever, and it ends up with new items on it. But yeah, so I went over there to the booth called Grandma's Recipes, which is the one that I had the grilled chicken sausage with red beans and rice last time, which, as I said, was really good. It was better than it looked. And this time I had I was looking at the beef brisket it's the beef brisket with brown sugar glazed carrots, and I was looking at it. The picture, it doesn't look amazing in the picture. But then I saw people walking away with it with this gigantic, huge piece of meat in it. And I was like, okay, I gotta try it, because the portion was amazing. Because that's something that's been a complaint before, is obviously that the portions have been, just okay. But as I said last time with the pork belly, where they give you a nice amount of pork belly, as opposed to some items where the container is much bigger than what the portion is, which I'll get to in a minute. This, like a good, gigantic, 2x2 piece of beef brisket. And the carrots were really good. Had a good flavor. You might want a knife with it, because it doesn't pull apart as good as what it looks like it would. So it was so good. The gravy was amazing. The brisket was nice and nice and tender, despite not breaking apart real good. It had a nice chew to it. Like I said, the carrots perfectly cooked. I would definitely highly recommend it. Another one that's definitely worth the portion you get, that's for sure, and easily split also because of the portion. Now, last time I think I mentioned that when at the booth, the Holiday Duets, which is the same booth that has the macaroni and cheese, that I was going to get the warm polenta with chilled crab salad, but they were out of it, which was really a bummer. But this time, as I said, Rebecca got the macaroni and cheese again, and I was able to get the polenta with the crab salad. It was really good. I could have done without. They had little bits of tomato and onion and stuff in it, and I don't like it because I don't like feeling that crunch. I like my crab salad just having no crunch. So, I mean, otherwise it was real crab. So it wasn't fake crab. It wasn't pollock or anything. It was real crab. It had nice flavor to it. The polenta, well, it was really formed good. But it was a little tough on the outside. It didn't cut as well as I would have liked. So other than that, the flavor on the crab was really good. I'd recommend that one only if you have the Sip and Savor Pass and you want to use a ticket. I wouldn't recommend getting that one separately, paying separately for that one. The brisket, I would definitely recommend getting that one separately. So then this other one that we tried, I actually wasn't too sure about it at first, because I thought the portion on it, I had seen somebody with it, and the portion didn't look like a lot, so I wasn't really sure. But then we ended up getting it, and the portion is actually a lot more than I thought it was. And that's over at the Chips, Breads, and Holiday Spreads. Mm-hmm. And that is the Chorizo Queso Fundido with house-made tortilla chips.
I'm pretty fundido.
I bet you are. That was really, really good. It was like a cheese sauce. The only thing that was... it would have been a lot better if I hadn't already had the amazing cheese dip from Yard House, which makes this look really bad. But otherwise, it's really good. It has really good pieces of chorizo on top. Got lots of cheese. I would recommend that, actually, because there's a lot of congealed cheese on the bottom of the cup that is separated from the cream. So I would actually suggest that even though the the chorizo sitting on top, it's actually would be better to stir the whole thing up before you start dipping, because then you have more of a chance of getting cream, the cheese, and the chorizo on your chip. They give you a good amount of chips. They give you a good amount of the dip, which I was really surprised about because, like I said, I had seen it from a distance and looked like a smaller cup than what it actually is. But it is actually a really good amount. So I would definitely recommend that one, whether it is with a Sip and Savor Pass coupon or just buying that one outright. It is actually one of the cheaper items, too, because I believe that one's only $6.
Cool.
So that's it. A few more items down. I don't know. I don't think I will be getting any more items. Probably get back to... When am I unblocked? Is it on the 3rd or the 4th? You know? Of January?
I think it's the 3rd.
The Wednesday or the Thursday?
I think it's the Wednesday.
Okay. So that'd be the first day back for all passes?
I don't know. I'll check in a minute. Because, I mean, I thought that, I don't know if all the passes come back the same day or was it like,
Is it staggered?
Yeah. If it's,
okay.
If you get special, preferred treatment or something.
I'm actually trying to find that out too because somebody is trying to go on either the 3rd or the 4th, and I was thinking of telling them the 4th just because of the fact that passes come out back on the 3rd.
All right, so you can come back on the 2nd.
I can come back on the 2nd. Oh, okay.
Deluxe is on the 3rd.
Uh-huh.
And who cares about the other two? So yeah. Second, I had a feeling it was
okay.
The second.
So the 3rd actually would be good then, because then they would come back. They would be able to go before the SoCals come back.
Yes.
Because when do they come back on the 4th?
They can't. The SoCal can't come back till the 7th.
Oh, okay. Well, that's too bad for them.
And the Selects can't come back till the 8th. So yeah, I knew it was staggered like that. So yeah, who cares about those other two? If you have those passes, well, too bad. You missed the rest of the stuff, the rest of the food, because that food's over on the 7th, right?
Yes.
Sunday, yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, SoCal Select will miss the rest of the festival.
Right. Yeah, because just a reminder to everybody that this Sunday is the last day for signature passes and deluxes, right? Signatures and deluxes, or have deluxes already started their blackout?
All right, well, Deluxe does the last day. It's Friday.
This Friday.
Yes.
Okay, so when this podcast comes out, probably on Thursday, so the 15th is the last day for deluxes. Both SoCals have already had their last day, right?
Well, today's the last day. Meaning,
today was the last day.
Meaning Thursday.
Oh, okay.
And then, yeah.
And then signatures on the 17th.
Right. So there you go.
So just a reminder to everybody about that. Like I said, when I come back at the beginning of January, I will use up the last 4 of our tickets, probably on repeats. Or I was thinking of maybe getting that Reuben potato smash, because I just want to remind everybody, even though we haven't had it, that we did have it last year, and the Reuben potato smash is highly recommended.
Cool.
That is available at... I was also thinking about that hot fry. I was still thinking about that Nashville hot fried turkey. But I don't know. It just looks so plain sitting there on that piece of white bread. I want to see somebody actually walk away with it. Maybe it'll impress me like how the brisket did. The Reuben to potato smash with Russian dressing and rye toast crumble is at the booth labeled A Twist on Tradition. I believe that's the one over there somewhere near Little Mermaid.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. See, here's the picture. Look. This is the picture that they had on the booth for the brisket.
Oh, okay.
Now do you see why I was like not sure to get it? Because it looks really small. But then I saw somebody with that one that size, and I'm like, well, that's way different. So I'm like, that looks teeny. It looks like it could be like this big for all you know.
Right.
I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Just to let everybody know that there still seems to be plenty of AT-AT.
Yeah, I heard
popcorn
about
buckets.
that. Yeah, I heard. I actually got one on Friday.
Yeah, I got one yesterday.
Oh, you paid $25 for it?
Yeah, well, she wanted it, and I thought of the fact that I could easily do some like still shots or maybe some stop motion or something of if I get out my full size AT-AT, and then use that AT-AT and do some like little things with them, like playing like a dog and a cat or something. I don't know, some silly shit.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Mr. Scorsese over here.
Yeah, I just think there's a lot more you could do with this AT-AT than you could with the TIE Fighter.
Well, true.
Plus, I have a TIE Fighter over there in a box that's 4 times the size of that TIE Fighter that I would much rather
And it's
have.
still in the box.
Well, it makes a nice coffee table. So, yes, plenty of AT-ATs. My only complaint about the AT-AT is that, of course, it has parts on it that they didn't take care of, and it seems like every single one of them, the little laser cannons, are all bent.
They are. Mine are bent.
Yeah.
They're like curved.
And you can't get them really to go back and stay in the shape. It's kind of like the same problem that a lot of people had with their castles on the top of their blue steins back in 2015. Your 60th blue stein, that the tip of your castle, a lot of them where your tip was bent. I myself did not get a bent tip because I am not a bent tip person. But a lot of people did end up with bent tips, and I think everybody is ending up with bent laser cannons in this case.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I got one of those, and I don't see any more of the Pluto popcorn bucket around.
Oh, no, I didn't even think to look. So, yeah, is that it on that one, huh?
Yeah, because I was looking around to see if they had them, and all I see is the 60th balloon bucket again.
Oh, wow, yeah. When they bring that out, you know that they're out of something.
Yeah, and then they have the Oogie Boogie's back, or still in stock.
Okay.
As of that Friday.
We had heard something about Oogie coming back.
Yeah. So as of that Friday, they had them because Michael got one for somebody. So, yeah. But, yeah, we talked about those popcorn buckets last time. And you know what? People make it a craze. And, we got to get this because we got the last one. It's... and the Mickey ornament.
Uh-huh.
I haven't seen that either.
You haven't seen that either?
No,
damn it.
Because...
see, that one I wanted, but I didn't get.
I looked at on Main Street, the fruit cart. Because that's where they had a whole bunch, and I didn't see any there.
No.
I didn't actually go around looking at other carts, but I didn't see any.
Yeah, I was trying to hold out to try and see if like Plaza or Zocalo or somebody would have it, so that way we could get the discount.
Right.
But we never did get over anywhere. So.
And I think that's about it that I noticed on Friday.
I didn't look to see if there was any Phasma.
Oh,
cups.
I think they still have those. I saw someone post it, and they got that, and they had it the other day.
Just a reminder to people that if you do want the Phasma Cup, make sure you go to Galactic Grill, a.k.a. Tomorrowland Terrence, because you can get your discount there as opposed to getting it like at the fruit cart. Or do they have it at the slush cart? Do you know? Usually they have those cups at the slush cart. I remember they had the Iron Man.
Right.
And I don't think they had Chewbacca there, but I don't know. I know it's at the fruit cart, and I know it's at Galactic Grill. So go to Galactic Grill if you're an AP. That way you can get your discount.
And if you guys are over there, maybe you can check Pizza Port.
Oh, right, yeah.
I didn't check that, so...
last time I went to Pizza Port, they still had BB-8s in there. And I don't know if they were if they were getting ready to cycle those out and bring in some Phasmas or not, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think that they would, because last time when they had Chewbacca, they never had Chewbacca inside Pizza Port, so...
That's true, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Mostly they just had the BB-8 the whole time.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt to go look,
They should have had a BB-9E one sipper to replace the BB-8. That would have been cool.
Oh, you know what I was thinking too? Since we're talking about BB-8s and stuff. They have the Droid Factory... the droid, they have the holiday droid route right now.
Yeah.
Which I still need to get. But I was thinking about the fact that I didn't get the Halloween one.
Oh, right.
I don't know if they still have them out there. I'm not sure. Because they do have last year's Halloween, or last year's holiday
Christmas one,
droid. And they have this year's.
So you're talking about that neon green one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe they'll have them next year. If not, I was kind of bummed that I missed out on that one, too.
I'm bummed because, I was in the hospital, so I didn't get back to the park to get it. And I was like, dang. So, anyway, hopefully I get to the park soon so I can go ahead and get this year's holiday droid. My other holiday droid's just sitting there in my room, just chilling.
All right, I just have a little PSA or maybe like, what's the one that Michael does?
Tip of the week?
Yeah, my tip of the week. This is Anthony's tip of the week. And that is, if people have been paying attention last 2 weekends, there has been, well, on Sunday specifically,
Yes.
The parking lot has filled up. And actually, the parking filled up 2 hours earlier this last Sunday than it did the weekend before that. So just an observation that all the parking has been filling up pretty earlier and earlier. And as it gets closer to Christmas, it's going to get busier and busier. So if anybody planning on going on weekend, specifically on Sunday especially, make sure if you guys don't want to get locked out of parking, make sure you guys try and get there, I would say, before 1, right? Because what was it, 1:30 this last Sunday?
Yeah, I believe about 1:30.
Yeah, it was about 1:30 when all parking went full. So just keep an eye out for that, especially people that park at Making and Friends. If you park at Toy Story, you got a little bit more time, but just keep in mind that the parking has filled up each of the last 2 Sundays. So if you guys plan on going on any Sundays, keep that in mind.
Yeah, but also remember that it is the holiday season, and then of course, schools are going to be getting out. So you're going to have a lot of traffic over there at the park. So you're going to have a lot of tourists over there, not just APs who have the Signature Plus Pass. So you're going to be ready to expect the long lines, expect some days that you might hit capacity, that they'll shut down the park.
Well, and also keep in mind that between the 18th and the 21st, even though signatures are going to be blocked out, or everybody except for Signature Plus is going to be blocked out, that cast members can still sign in those 4 days. So there'll be a little bit more, there might be still more people coming in because of cast members being able to sign in those 4 days.
So yeah, you got Christmas Eve coming up, which is on a Sunday. So expect it to be packed that day. A lot of people ask, how busy is it on Christmas? Well, it's busy. It's Christmas season. It's going to be busy. And usually, I kind of try to keep track of this. I don't remember things very well, but
you don't.
But I think usually around the 27th, 28th is when you get those capacity days. So just look out for that. If you guys are headed to the parks, get there early. Stay in one park. Make sure you are following the Disneyland social media so they can keep you informed. And if you're in Disneyland and you get the update saying it's at capacity, then you stay at Disneyland, unless you don't mind going over to California Adventure. But yeah, it's going to be packed. And just keep that in mind. Be prepared.
Be prepared.
Now we're going to jump from Christmas to spring.
Whoa.
And, well, we talked about spring forward to fatness and food and wine and everything coming up. But you know what else is coming up is spring break.
Oh, I thought you were going to say grad night.
Oh, well, that too. So, you know what? There's, grad nights, like we talked about it, that, oh, you know what? Real quick, I want to, I talked about last time how the grad night was going on in both parks still, and probably on the 2019, they're going to go to just the one park.
Yes.
I found out that actually they have 3 different packages that they're offering to schools this year for 2018.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if they did it last year, but it was just kind of interesting to me. So it's like you can go ahead and do a package where you can go to both parks, like we talked about before. Then they have a package that you only go to the one park. So basically your school's going to decide where you're going to do for your grad night. Or the other one, I believe, is you do the one park, but you have to come at when the party starts. So you don't get the whole day in the park. So I thought that was kind of dirty because
you know that the schools are going to pick the cheaper packages.
That's the thing.
And it's going to be the packages that Disney wants them to pick because it's still going to be the only packages that are going to be available next year. Or in 2019, rather. For 2019.
Right.
Because the ones where they just come to the party, that's going to be what they want for 2019 eventually.
All right, so yeah, here it is. Option 1, grad night private party at Disney California Adventure Park, which is $79 per student. And like I said, they get access to DCA starting at 8 p.m. And the party goes to 2 in the morning. So that's the cheapest one. Option 2 is $99 per student. And the admissions to DCA only. And they can come as soon as the park opens. And then you have the option 3.
But they're only at DCA.
Yes, only DCA.
Right.
And they can start arriving as soon as the park opens. Whereas the first one, you come at 8 at night. And then option 3 is both parks. And that's $139 per student.
So Disneyland's basically hoping nobody's going to pick that option.
Right.
Because is that more than what they've paid previously for the same option?
The 134 or
Yeah, is that more than what they were paying before, I wonder?
the 139? I believe so. I think it was cheaper last year. I know it was like 100 something, but I think it was maybe 101 or I don't remember. I know it was something really like cheap.
And is that's up to the school or is it up to the individual students to pick which package they want?
Oh, it's whoever runs their grad night. So
Okay,
like if
so
it's like
up to the
like I'm saying, if it's student council,
right,
then they're going to pick which ones they're going to get.
right.
Now, I'm just looking at this real quick. I don't know if this is because for the 139 for both parks, it says limited space available for May 4th, 5th, 12th, 15th, and 16th. So I'm thinking that the other dates already been sold out because like the other 2 days, the other 2 options have a whole bunch of days listed. So that one option number 3 is selling out the way I see it. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. I found this out. I was like, wow, they'd have 3 different options for them to choose for their grad nights. Now we got this little notice here saying that spring break weeks will probably start on March 11th and probably end around April 14th or 21st. Now, we also talked about last time about the new Pixar. Well, we didn't talk about the new Pixar, but we talked about, what's it called? Pixar Fest going on in both parks, and the Pixar Play Parade is coming over to Disneyland. Now, this here is saying that sometime, I guess, starting in we're guessing January, right? That Main Street will be repaved, which will cause no parades going during that night or during that time, and
which jives with what you already heard that Sensational wasn't coming back, and since
Right.
obviously the Christmas parade would not extend past the 7th,
right.
then that means that after the 7th, there's no parade between the 8th of January and the
Middle of April.
12th of April when the Pixar parade starts on the April 13th. So in that time, there's going to be no parade, and then presumably also obviously no fireworks on the weekdays.
Right.
So we got the scoop, I guess you could say, that besides the repaving of Main Street, which seems big, and I don't know how that works, how that's going to work. Are they going to...
Well, usually they do it in sections.
Right. I mean, so they're going to close off like one half of Main Street and then do the one side and then close off the other half and do the other side or something like
so
that.
you're
Or
not
do it
gonna-
in like quarters or... Whoa. My microphone was attacking me. I'm okay.
Well, you know what? They could always sometimes close the whole street off, like a section of the street, and then you walk on the sidewalks.
Right.
Of course, when that happens, there's no, buses going, fire engines, stuff like that. No horse trolleys.
Right.
Going.
You can expect that the whole time that all that will be going on. And then we also got the word that Fantasmic will be running during that time to make up for the fact that there's nothing going on Main Street, I guess.
Yeah.
Which seems weird because do we usually even have a parade in January through March anyways?
I don't think so because
I mean, was Sensational, when Sensational was going all those years, was it still going after would it come back after Christmas?
I think that usually doesn't come back till March.
So, I mean, I don't know what the big deal would be of why they would need to have Fantasmic going.
I don't know, but what it says.
I mean, unless they're just trying to make up for lost time, and anybody who came last spring when Phantasmic was still closed.
Yeah, but what it says here is a Phantasmic will be running every day,
right?
Not just weekends,
right? Which is highly unusual for Phantasmic,
right. Especially in the quote unquote off season,
right?
So, I mean, I don't know. This is what information we got here.
You have to think that that's only going to be like one Phantasmic because, I mean, with if the park closes at 9 or whatever, then there's going to be the Phantasmic at 8 or at 7:45 or something, or at 8:45 or something like that.
Probably something like that. Just one show.
Just one Phantasmic, yeah. Now, we did get a little bit more details they gave us on the return of the Pixar Play Parade that is coming to Disneyland, and now there'll be some new floats added. Now these three floats here that they mentioned, these are going to be added to the ones that already exist. I'm guessing, or are they taking out some? Is this like a completely new Pixar Play Parade?
I don't know. I mean,
because it's talking about the ball and the lamp starting out. That's how the parade's going to start. How did the parade start before?
It starts with Monsters Inc. and the big drum.
Because it's saying that's going to be the starting float now. So, so they're basically redoing the whole parade. So is it going to be that and then the Monsters Inc. float? Or is it going to be all new, basically? I don't really know if I understand what's going on.
You know what? All I care about is Bing Bong.
Yeah, because besides the new starting float, and then there will be an up float. There is going to be, as we've been wanting for like a long time, ever since they got rid of the little pre-parade inside out float, there will be an actual inside out float coming. Now, I don't understand why they had to make a new inside out float when they already had an inside out float.
But this one's gonna be pretty cool, though.
But this one does look pretty cool. It will have this guy's favorite, of course, Bing Bong. And they will have Bing Bong's rocket wagon, and all of the little memory orbs and joy and sadness.
I think that's pretty cool.
So I like it. Like I said, there's also going to be an up float with Carl and Kevin and Doug and a bird and balloons.
A bird. The bird is Kevin.
Oh, the bird is Kevin.
Yes.
Oh, Russell's the boy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Obviously, you can tell I've never seen the movie.
It looks pretty cool. It'll be interesting to see if it's, like you said, is it a brand new parade? Meaning is it going to be the same music, or are we getting different music?
Is it just Pixar Play Parade in name? Why even call it that if it's going to be a brand new parade? Because are these 3 floats that they're mentioning here, are these just being added to the existing floats and it's going to be a longer parade? Or are they replacing floats?
Yeah.
What were the floats before? Can you name all the floats before? I know that there was ended with the Toy Story one, which had them swinging and all that.
Yeah.
And then you had the Incredibles.
Yes. With
float.
That monster guy
with the giant the giant
can't remember his name
robot.
Yeah.
And then you had what was the one that shot the water?
That's the Nemo.
Oh, the Nemo float.
I believe that's with Crush the turtle.
Crush.
Yeah. Ooh-wee, baby.
And then obviously you said the monsters. What else? Was that it?
Oh, and then the end of it was Cars.
Oh, that's right, Cars. That's Cars.
Yeah, they're the end.
So that's a lot. It was a long parade then. It didn't seem like it was shorter than a normal Disneyland parade.
Right.
So either they're going to be taking some older stuff out, or they're going to be just making it longer, I guess. I don't know.
I guess we have to wait and see what happens.
I guess. Because you wouldn't think they would want to take away Incredibles.
No.
Because with the new movie coming out soon,
right?
They want to keep Incredibles in there. But then I don't know. Were you going to take out Cars?
Can't do that either.
Can't really take out Cars because that's fairly new.
Yeah.
Toy Story. I don't know. I don't see Nemo. I don't really see how you could take any of those out. So unless you end up with like a 9 float parade.
Never know. So
we'll see.
Yeah, so the parade's going to begin on April 13th. So I would say, of course, expect some soft openings of the parade before then. So they got to do rehearsals. And
The parade starts the day after Food and Wine ends.
Right.
So the last day of Food and Wine, you can expect that maybe they might do a soft opening that day. So if you're there the last day for Food and Wine, you can make sure you pop over to Disneyland and see if maybe they're doing some soft run-throughs of the parade.
Yeah, do that. I'm going to try to be there. I'm trying to go over there and check that out.
Right.
All right, speaking of parades, since we didn't record last week, because Anthony had the germs, I actually wanted to talk about real quick that I was in Bullhead City, Arizona, and I participated in the Boombox Parade over there. It's put on by some women's
auxiliary,
something like that. I forgot what it was called. Anyway, so they put this parade on every year. I've never been to it, even though I'm always there in Arizona all the time. But I've never been to this parade. And
well, usually you're there earlier, like around Halloween.
Yeah. So I never get over there during the Christmas time, or it was Christmas time because it was a Christmas parade. It was really, really cool. My friend built a float, and both of us are basically the same when it comes to our imaginations, because we can't just have a little thing, something small, you have these, people who make a float on a trailer, and they put like a little sign, and they put like a Christmas tree, and they're sitting on the trailer, and you're like, oh, cool. No, not this float, not this float at all. So the theme of the parade had to do with heroes, something like that. I forgot the actual theme. So our theme of our float was The Incredibles. So everyone was dressed as The Incredibles, which was really cool. There you go, Disney right there. And so my friend actually had to have the biggest Christmas tree he could have on the float. And we're not talking about a Christmas tree that you find at, Lowe's that you just pull out of the box and set it up. We're talking the ones you see in people's lawns that are really, really tall, like 18 feet. I don't remember how tall this tree was, but it's really tall. And we're heading over to the parade setup area, and we're crossing over. And on the way over there, we hit 3 telephone wires. We're like, oh, crap. Because of the star was so big. So the tree's big. Then we have a big old star on top of the tree. And it hit the wires 3 times, which was really crazy. But it was pretty fun. It was cool to be there and be in the parade. And I was, working the tree, actually, the lights on the tree, and doing sound on the tree and on the float. But the one thing that I really didn't like was the fact that the rules they had, you weren't allowed to play any music on your float unless it was the radio station that sponsored the parade. Yeah. Why would you want to sit there, if you're watching the parade and every float is playing the same song, playing the same radio station? That's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of stupid to me. We could have been playing some cool music or something, because radio stations play the Christmas music. It's cool, but sometimes they'll play a song that you never heard before, and you're like, "What's this?" And there's like a couple of times the songs came out like, "What song is this? I've never heard this." But anyway, other than that, that was pretty cool, and we actually won. Our float won Best Use of Theme, which was really cool, and next year we're shooting for Best Lights. That's of course, you guys should know by now how much I love lighting. So we are going to work really hard next year, and hopefully we can win Best Lights. And my idea already is to do a float like Paint the Night. It can be done. I can do it. I know how to do it. So
generator.
It'll be pretty cool. And we want to have a tree that actually you can put video on. So maybe you can put a video of Santa Claus, or a video of Elf, or maybe a video of me dancing in a Santa Claus outfit. I don't know. Well, that was another rule another thing you couldn't have.
Couldn't have Santa Claus?
You couldn't have Santa Claus in your float.
Because there was a Santa Claus in the parade.
Yeah,
I understand that. I get it.
So anyway, it was pretty cool. It was fun. And I posted pictures on our Facebook.
Yeah, I just want to point out real quick, I want to mention that he posted a picture of himself, the fact that he's wearing the red and he's got a little mask on, and Dan, which I can never unsee this now, Dan posted a picture of Big Time from DuckTales, and basically he was a dead ringer, because this guy, I know he was supposed to be doing Incredibles, but because he had a red shirt on and he had a black face mask on, he looked like Big Time, one of the Beagle Boys from DuckTales, and I could never unsee that now.
I did have an Incredible shirt on, but yeah,
But the picture was like from the top of the chest up.
Yeah.
So all you said was red and then the black mask, and it's like, oh.
It was pretty cool. I had fun, and thank you to my friends, and good times over there. Good times over there. It was fun to be in the parade, and like I said, next year, hopefully we get best lighting. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Michael because we both missed Light versus Dark on my birthday because he was, as he said, he was over in Arizona doing his parade, and I tried to get over there, but that was the first weekend where I said that, like I said, the parking filled up early, and I waited around long enough until I had to drop off Rebecca for work, but the parking just never opened, and by the time as I was driving home, the parking opened back up. Of course. But we tried, Michael, or I tried. I know this guy, if he hadn't been rescued away for the weekend, he would have been there. He would have tried to go too. I know he had actually first talked about coming home on Sunday and going, but obviously he was at the mercy of other people's vehicles.
Yep.
So glad the event went good though, Michael. Good job.
We have email from Michael, so we'll hear about that later. See how it went.
I just wanted to say that ahead of time, just in case there's any dirty awards directed at either of us for not being there.
I haven't read it yet.
So I just wanted to say, no dirty. I tried to be there. It's not my fault. Don't have Light versus Dark. I know he was trying to do it on my birthday, but you also forgot that was Candlelight. No more events on Candlelight weekend. Oh, I just want to say a word about Candlelight also, because on Saturday, usually Candlelight in the last few years has been basically a nobody reading. And then all of a sudden, on the Saturday of the Candlelight, got the big reveal that Chris Hemsworth was going to be the one doing the narrating for the Candlelight at Disneyland on the weekend on the 2nd of December. And then, which caused everybody and their mothers to show up at Disneyland on Sunday, on my birthday, the day of Michael's Light versus Dark. Everybody to show up on the Sunday because they had heard Chris Hemsworth had been there, and then of course Chris Hemsworth was there on Sunday as well.
You know what's interesting is the fact that no one knew who was doing it all the way up until that day.
It hadn't been announced by they had announced Florida's, which was weird, but they hadn't announced who was going to do it. I know that I was told that they had announced on the Disney the cast member hub who's going to do it, but then it didn't end up being that person.
Yeah, so I just thought that was interesting because usually you find out, at least that week before or something who's going to be there and doing it, and no one knew. Everywhere I looked, no one knew, and then you got those people saying, "Oh, I heard it's going to be Mark Hamill."
That happened that day, yeah. The Saturday in the morning,
that day,
rumors started going around that day that it was going to be Mark Hamill.
Right. Well, that didn't look like Mark Hamill to me.
No, it looked like Thor.
Exactly.
It didn't look like Luke Skywalker.
So yeah, I mean, I'm usually, I've usually been there on one of the candlelight days, but of course, I was gone. But I don't usually go watch it. Because of how packed it is. We just happened to be there on that day. But yeah, I was kind of, I don't know. I like to at least walk by. Because a lot of times we've actually left Disneyland when it was going on to go over to DCA. And of course, with with the lighting again. I love to see the lights and stuff like that, but I was kind of disappointed I didn't get to see anything. This year they actually put new lights up there. They had new lighting this year, and I heard they have a different type of lighting. So I asked Jeff to get me some pictures of them, and I asked him to give me some pictures of the lighting. I even told him, I said, hey, can you go over to where the popcorn cart is or the churro cart? There's light poles there. Can you take a picture of those for me? I get a picture of the stage, and I'm like...
So the same shit I had already sent you.
I didn't...
Or was that before I sent you the pictures?
I think that was after you sent me.
You know, he had asked me, but I'd already left the park to send pictures of the lights. I was going to take a picture of the light thing, but I'm like, no, it's probably the same as it always is. So I didn't do it.
So, yeah.
And then he had asked me later today if I could take pictures, but I'd already left. So I was like, damn it.
So, yeah, I asked Jeff, also known as at Disney 366, and he sent me pictures I didn't want. I was like, Jeff, I wanted the light pole. Why do you want show lights for? I'm like, that's what I'm into, you know? So the next day he went and he took the pictures I wanted, so it was really cool.
So you finally did get to see the lights.
Yeah. And I just wanted to make sure because they're actually the same lights that they use on Fantasmic on the stage. There's 5 lights on the stage there behind Mickey, and they're the same type of lights. Pretty cool. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't get to see the lights at night, but of course, you know, you have social medias and everyone taking pictures, so I got to see that. But yeah, usually one of the nights we're there, but not this year. We'll see about next year.
For Light versus Dark.
Yeah, this year's or next year's Light versus Dark will be on May 4th. We'll probably hear about more of that on the email. But speaking of Light versus Dark, what happens on Thursday?
The day this podcast comes out, probably about the time that some people are listening to this podcast in the evening. If they are, well, we're going to be seeing Star Wars.
Yes.
Nothing but Star Wars. At this point on, everybody should have been staying off of social media because the premiere has happened. The embargo has been lifted. Apparently, Variety's review is full of spoilers. Stay away from that crap, apparently.
I've been, looking on, of course, Facebook and stuff, and every time I see something about Last Jedi, I just keep skipping, even if it probably doesn't have any spoilers, but I'm not going to trust anything, so I just skip. I see Last Jedi, skip. I see a picture of the premiere, skip. So I'm like, did you watch the premiere? Like the
I didn't watch any videos.
Well, they had on StarWars.com. They had
the live, the stream. Yeah,
I was watching that. It was pretty cool. It was really interesting. The first time I ever watched something like that. So yeah, I enjoyed watching that. I actually did post that link on our MousePIRE page. So if maybe you guys saw it from there. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
I saw that. It looked like they had nice coverage. Andy Gutierrez from the Star Wars show doing interviews with a lot of people. I saw the part about Kelly Marie Tran breaking down. She cried several times.
Oh my God.
Several times.
I was like, oh.
She cried while Andy was interviewing her. She cried while somebody else was talking to her. She cried another time. She's just like over the moon about being involved with this movie.
Yeah, it was really cool. I was like, wow, because right there it just shows you like she's like, she already filmed the movie. She's been in the movie for a while now. But just to be there at the premiere and everyone just screaming when they see her, yeah, she was really overwhelmed with that. And I thought that was really cool to show that, she might be an actress and everything, but, this is her first time in Star Wars.
Well, then it's such a big deal to a lot of the Asians out there. I know a lot of them are really big on it because of the inclusion that this movie means for them as far as having her and the one that's playing her sister, Paige, I think is her name, is the sister of Rose in the movie, and that a lot big on the inclusion factor, and that it's a big, what it means to all of them is I know it's big.
Right. So yeah, like I said, I watched that. It was pretty cool. I've never seen something like that, online. I usually don't I'm not going to sit here and watch this, but yeah, I watched the whole thing. It was pretty cool. It was fun. And
it was weird that it was at the shrine.
That's what I was tripping out too. Because
why? Why was it there? I don't understand. What was the reason for picking? I mean, nobody does anything at the shrine anymore.
I know.
They don't even do that comic book convention there anymore. It moved.
I know when I saw pictures of the setting up and stuff like that, and I was like, where is this? Because of course you think what's it called, the Dolby Theater now, Kodak, whatever it was
Right.
before in Hollywood, and that's where I thought it was. And then when I saw that building, I'm like, what building is that? What is it? I couldn't think of it until I actually watched the thing and said, we're here at the shrine. Oh, the shrine.
And for those of you that don't know, because it's been kind of out of circulation for a long time, the Shrine Auditorium is where the Oscars used to be,
Right.
All the time before the Kodak Theater. It's over there in downtown near USC. Not downtown, it's below downtown near USC and the Coliseum. But it hasn't really been used for anything that I know of. I mean, graduations. I went to a graduation there. And then there used to be a comic book convention that used to be in there. That was the same that was where I saw that comic book convention where Gene Simmons went around busting people. It was the same place.
Okay.
That's where it was. And but that isn't even there anymore because that moved. So I don't even know what they were doing there besides graduations.
Yeah, so I mean, it's interesting to see it over there, but hey, maybe Hollywood was busy. Maybe they couldn't get permits to block the streets. I don't know. That's probably not true because, Disney can get anything they want in Hollywood. But yeah, I mean, not sure why they had it at the shrine, but everyone who was there and was lucky enough to see it, cool. But yeah, on Thursday, we'll be watching it, and I can't wait. I am very, very excited. Like everybody else who wants to see this movie and see what's going on. And all the previews you see, it's pretty cool, and wondering what's going on, especially with Luke, because this movie is going to, of course, be more featured on Luke and why he's been hiding, stuff like that. So I can't wait to see that. And speaking of scenes from the movie, well, over at Path of the Jedi in Tomorrowland, at the Tomorrowland Theater, they are actually incorporated new scenes from The Last Jedi into that. And in the beginning of the presentation, you have the director Rian Johnson giving a few words about basically The Last Jedi and telling you what Path of the Jedi is about. It's about, how Luke started his path to being a Jedi. And then, of course, it goes, if you guys haven't seen it before, it has those scenes from the New Hope and going all the way through. And then it goes, of course, the prequels, things like that. And then, like I said, they actually show in the beginning when Rian Johnson's talking, they show some scenes from The Last Jedi. I thought that's all it was going to be. And I was like, oh, this is bullcrap. We're just going to get this real quick little scenes. Hi, I'm Rian Johnson, blah, 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 blah. And then Path of the Jedi starts with the same stuff you've seen before. But no, they actually added scenes into that too. So that made me happy because I was going to be really mad if it was just quick little couple of scenes in the beginning and that's it. But yeah, they added scenes to the end of Path of the Jedi, which is really cool. Now, I cannot tell you if they took anything out because I don't really remember, what actually was it, like the scenes from when they first started Path of the Jedi, what, order it was in. So I don't know if they took anything out from that. I don't know if you would know if you watched it.
Yeah, I plan on getting over there and watching it at some point. I kind of wanted to wait until after I saw the movie, just in case there was anything extra scenes that I didn't want to be spoiled on. So I've been trying to keep pretty low key ever since the
same Marvel.
Ever since the what was it, the Monday Night Football trailer. Ever since that one, I haven't really been watching any of the international trailers or even that really weird promotion, the advertising they've been doing with the Don't Get Spoiled. Have you seen those commercials? They've been on Facebook and on
yeah
during football and Don't
Yes.
Get Spoiled or something like that. I'm like, and then they show you a picture that's a spoiler. Like
that was a warning.
Oh, it was a warning to close your eyes.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
I get it.
Yes.
I get it. See, that's why I haven't been looking at any of that stuff. So I've been trying not to. But after I see the movie, I'm definitely going to go check out Path of the Jedi. So I will let everybody know if it's changed.
Cool.
I just wanted to say about the premiere real quick that I was thinking about, because last night on Monday night, the 11th, they had the premiere over there at the Chinese. They had the premiere for Jumanji,
Yeah.
but I don't see how what that would have had to do with a premiere on Saturday unless it takes more than 2 days to take those big AT-ATs down.
Probably does.
So unless it would have taken more than 2 days to take all that stuff down, I don't know how Jumanji would have managed to get the spot first.
Right.
But I don't know if maybe the Jumanji premiere had something to do with the changing of the venue for the Star Wars premiere. I just want to say real quick also that it feels really special because I got to see an Amazon Prime screening of Jumanji last Friday. It feels really cool to see the movie before the premiere.
Oh, yeah, huh?
And just, I know it's not really Disney or anything, but I just want to say out there, Jumanji, actually really good. Really funny. The Rock being The Rock. Jack Black, actually really great. Like Tropic Thunder, great.
Well, I'll probably still wait for HBO because I still have other movies that I want to see.
Yeah, that's fine. I probably wouldn't have seen it if it wasn't for the fact that it was, I like seeing movies early.
Yeah, dirty, no invite.
Do you have a special occasion coming up? Looking to personalize your trip with a keepsake? Create customized buttons for birthdays, engagements, family vacations, even bridal parties, or just because. Check out buttonsbydiggs.com today. Buttons by Diggs, Buttons by Diggs. Remember, those are buttons, not pins.
All right, so speaking of movies, well,
Star Wars.
no, we're done with that.
Oh, we're done with Star Wars.
But
Oh, one more thing. I just want to say that normally everybody knows that we normally do our special review show for the Star Wars film. We actually want to start getting into doing other movies too, maybe doing some Disney movies at some point. I actually wouldn't mind doing some commentary at some point too. That would be really fun. But our usual, it will be explained later why, but most likely our Star Wars review show will probably be sometime at the beginning of January rather than the normal right week or two after we normally get it out, just to let everybody know.
oh, so yeah, speaking of movies, I want to see. I still haven't seen Coco, and everyone's heard about. We talked about the Olaf Frozen Christmas special. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, his adventure, and it was in the front of Coco, but everyone complained about it because it was too long and blah 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 blah.
Well, it's not anymore.
It's not too long anymore.
Yeah, it's not too long anymore because as of December 8th, Olaf's Frozen Adventure was taken away from Coco. Now I feel like, though, Coco, you're getting gypped because you're not getting any short at all.
Exactly.
Because normally you would still have a short.
Right.
So now you're getting an hour and 30-minute movie, and that's it for the price. I mean, it's still not as bad as paying full price to see the last Winnie the Pooh movie, which was only 107, which was only 63 minutes. But it's still though, I feel like you're getting cheated now that there's no short. What they should have taken a short that they already had completed for another movie and thrown it on there. But then that would have been unfair to the people who already saw Coco and had to sit through Olaf. So it was basically a no-win situation. It was a catch-22 for Disney. The best bet was just to appeal to the people that didn't want to sit through 22 minutes of Olaf. So they took the movie off. As of right now, actually, the day this podcast comes out and the day that Star Wars comes out, they are actually showing Olaf's Frozen Adventure tonight on ABC, right? It's on ABC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's on ABC. So if you're hearing this in the morning and you don't know, set your DVR. And if you don't, then, well, you're going to miss it. So
yeah,
you're out of luck.
I want to see it.
So I have my DVR set to watch it because I haven't gone to see Coco. So I want to go see. I'll go ahead and watch the short and then watch Coco later, and I don't have to watch them together. And I'll wait until Coco comes out on video, and then I'll watch some other short in front of it to make it feel like I have a short, an actual Pixar short. I'll watch Lava and then watch Coco.
Well, hopefully I get to see it. I think I'll have time to watch it before I go watch Star Wars. Because I think I'm 9 something. My showing for Star Wars is 9, I believe.
Sure. You have assigned seats?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, no, not like last time.
I know, huh?
Yeah, that was not good.
Yes, that's all good. So we'll see what happens with that.
All right, so here we come to a big thing now. We didn't talk about it last time because it was actually just kind of a rumor stage, but it's been picking up, and now we hear that by the time this podcast comes out, it may actually be a done deal or it may not be. Yes, we're talking about the deal with Fox, for Disney to buy Fox, or actually mainly the entertainment arm of Fox, aka the good parts of Fox. Because under this deal, Disney would acquire all entertainment, TV, movies, everything from Fox. And that would leave basically Rupert Murdoch just holding Fox News and Fox Sports, as I said, the bad parts of Fox. So they're just going to be stuck with all of the yahoos over at Fox and Friends, and they're going to be stuck with Joe Buck.
That's funny.
So Disney, most importantly, the very first thing that comes to mind is that with the acquisition of Fox, that means that Disney will have 100% distribution rights to Star Wars: A New Hope. Because up until now, Fox has always retained, ever since 1977, Fox has retained a small bit of distribution rights that Lucas gave them forever, basically. So that's why there's been a lot of issues with the release of New Hope, that they always had to get permission from Fox whenever they did that. Well, if they acquire all of that, well, they will basically finally own 100% of Star Wars. And if they even wanted to, they could put the Fox fanfare back in front of it if they wanted to.
Cool.
But I doubt that would happen. Of course, another big thing is that what everybody is talking about is the rest of the Marvel stuff, Fantastic Four, X-Men, all that stuff coming to Disney, all of it together, one massive umbrella. So we'll see how that goes, how that would affect some of the edgier stuff like Deadpool and things like that, and how that would affect the X-Men franchise, and of course, like I said, Fantastic Four, and some of the TV shows and stuff that's going on. So we'll see. Like I said, rumors is that the deal is supposed to be finalized on Thursday, the day this podcast comes out. So by the time we podcast again in a couple weeks or whenever it is, the deal will be done or the deal will not be done. We'll see if the deal comes with any kind of announcements, similar to when Disney bought Star Wars and they immediately announced new trilogy and stuff like that. So we'll see if it comes with any kind of announcement, or if it'll just be like, okay, this is what we own. Oh, and I just want a couple other things that would be included in that purchase that would be interesting that Disney would now own. Alien. Because there was a joke going around about how the Alien Queen would now be a Disney princess. So don't ever let that come out of your mind. The Alien Queen with like a princess dress on.
Oh my gosh.
Planet of the Apes. It would be Disney. So
crazy.
Just among the many things that Fox owns that would Seth MacFarlane. The Orville would now would become Disney.
Oh my gosh. Another thing too is I wanted to talk about last time but didn't get to was reports that Bob Chapek was going to succeed Bob Iger.
Of course, Bob Chapek, as you guys should remember from this podcast, is the president of Disney Parks, right?
Yes.
See, all the parks, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe.
Or is he just Disneyland?
One of those.
No, the one that's Disneyland, that's the other guy with the other weird name. Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. The bald head guy is the one you know.
Right. The one who closed Disneyland on the 24-hour party and everybody got mad at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Bob Chapek, who was the president of Disney Parks, was rumored to be next in line to Iger when he stepped down in 2019.
Right.
And but now that the Fox merger might go through, there's talk that some executive from Fox, the entertainment side of Fox, might be the one. Did you ever get the name of that person?
Yeah, James Murdoch.
Oh, okay, but no relation to Rupert, or
Yeah, that's his son.
So it's his son. So
Right.
his son would stay on with Fox even after the acquisition. That would be interesting. That he would stay on with the Disney side and not stay with his father.
Right.
Unless there's some, dynasty shit going on there, or some Dallas, or one of those shows where the father and son don't get along and competing companies thing.
Anyway, this is just what they're saying right now, that he can be in line if this deal goes through, and he can be the new CEO of Disney. But like I said, we don't know anything about it yet. Just something that I saw and I was talking to Anthony about, so I went to go ahead and look it up, and yeah, it was his son. But maybe we'll find out everything on Thursday. But the only thing about that is the fact that, they were saying that Chapek was going to be the next one, and now if you're Chapek, you're like, well, this sucks.
Yeah,
because more than likely they might go with James, just because his qualification is low with the media company and blah 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 blah. So I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. Maybe we'll find out.
Right.
So we'll find out.
Because even if it goes through, we have to go through a waiting period where we make sure that the FCC or whoever it is that has to do with this sort of thing doesn't think it's an antitrust issue. Also.
Yeah, right here it says that Disney has now promised James Murdoch a prominent role. It says that Disney has also tended to groom leaders from within its ranks. So that's the way I was like, I wouldn't mind Chapek, being the next one, because he is in Disney. He's part of the company. For Murdoch to come in, I wouldn't really like that, because
I just wouldn't want him because he's a Murdoch.
I agree with that too, but just the fact that, you're not Disney, you haven't been in the company, and just because, they buy Fox, all of a sudden this guy's the new head of Disney. I don't like that. I'd rather have someone who is in the company already and has been trying to work their way up to be the next, CEO. But yeah, we'll find out. It's interesting to see all this stuff coming up. All right, so earlier we talked about something I was going to tell you guys about. You guys know about me being in the hospital and all that crap, and the fact that I have a tube into my gallbladder that's draining nasty looking stuff. Blech. Exactly. So anyway, I have been contacted by the doctor, and I will be having my gallbladder removed on the 19th. Yay! And no, I'm not happy about that. I don't mind, them taking out my gallbladder. I'm just not looking forward to all the pain that's going to come afterwards. And you know how that goes when you're having an operation. Last operation I had was, I would think I was 4 years old, and I got my tonsils out. And I still remember that day. I still remember actually being in the operating room and seeing the bright light. I still remember the doctor counting down from 100. I do remember that. And he says, okay, we're going to count down. He started at 100. The last number I heard was 97. I remember that. So, yeah, I'm not looking forward to this, but I know there's something they do every day. I know there's a lot of you out there who are listening and have had it done and are fine and everything. I understand that I'll be fine. It's just the fact that, you have to go through surgery and you have to wake up with discomfort and pain and all that kind of stuff. And you can't eat this, you can't eat that. So we'll see, whatever. I mean, I have no choice. I have to do it, and I'd rather just hurry up and get it done. I was hoping that it was after Christmas, but this tube is actually hurting me right now. I'm getting tired of having this thing. It's kind of really uncomfortable, and at times it really hurts. And anyway, whatever. I got to get it out, so it's going to be done on the 19th, which is a Tuesday, which is the day we usually record. So we'll see what happens with that, seeing when we'll be back to record. If I'm available, or if I'm able to, I will record a message and throw it up on Facebook to let you guys know what's going on with me. I mean, I know it's just I'm going to go in there, I'm going to get it done, and then it's the same day surgery, so I'll be at home. afterwards. I'm not staying in the hospital. So I'll let you guys know what's going on with me. And if it's not too much pain after Christmas, then we'll probably come back and do a show. And if not, then, we'll go ahead and wait till the new year. So we'll let you guys know what's going on. And you want to send me some gifts? No, I'm just kidding. Send me some flowers, candy. Can't have candy.
And then, like I said, our review of The Last Jedi, we'll try to hold that off until maybe we can get Dirty over or Tim or Dan or somebody and get a couple more people on the show in order to do that. I don't know about Dirty, but if we can at least get somebody else on the show. We like to have a lot of people when we do our reviews of the Star Wars.
Yep, we'll let you guys know when that happens too. All right, so we're coming to the end of the show. So I want to remind you about our MousePIRE gear we have. We have MousePIRE gear. Yeah.
Is that like a Spacely Sprocket?
No.
Oh, okay.
We don't make sprockets yet. But yeah, MousePIRE gear. We have t-shirts and we have hoodies, so you guys can go check those out. Head over to our Facebook page and you can find a link there. Or you can just head over to buttonsbydiggs.com and search the Etsy site, and you can find the shirts and hoodies there. Of course, we also have the vinyl decal stickers for your window, for your cars, stuff like that. You can get that there. Hey, you know what? We do have that holiday special going on where you can get a shirt for $25, which will also cover shipping. So you'll get free shipping. You'll also get a free car decal, MousePIRE car decal.
Whoa.
You guys hurry up and get that package deal. You can pick the car decal you want. You can choose from red, blue, white, or black. So hurry up because those are limited. So first come, first serve on the colors. And we have the deal going on with the first 5 will get a MousePIRE button. Well, I have to say right now, those are going quickly too, so I can't tell you how many buttons I have left over. So hurry up and order so you can get that button too. So $25 gets you all that and free shipping.
We never did get anybody on the Patreon to qualify for winning that shirt, did we?
No, we haven't. And hey,
Dirty.
Speaking of Patreon, go over to patreon.com/MousePIRE. Help support the podcast. I'm actually going to, hopefully soon I'll be posting a reward. If you donate a certain amount, you'll get that MousePIRE t-shirt. So I'll got to figure all that out. But yeah, head over there, help support the podcast.
Until then, my deal is still on that if you, what was it, $10?
$10.
$10, at least $10, you get the free Disney Parks blog t-shirt, if I remember where I put it.
And it's a large, right?
I believe it's a large.
Yeah, so head over there. All you have to do is donate the $10. As soon as I see a $10 donation, I know it's going to go to you. So you don't have to hit anything or say, hey, or you can, if you want to send a message, say I donated.
Feel free to email us, mousepire@gmail.com.
Yes, and we'll make sure you get that shirt. But yeah, don't forget, just head over to patreon.com/mousepire. Help support the podcast. If you don't want to give $10, only want to give $3 like Michael did for a corn dog, that's fine too. You can give $3. There's a lot of different options you can give. If you guys want to give a certain amount, go ahead. It doesn't matter. Whatever you can give will help us, and we would really appreciate that.
Yeah, we need new stuff.
Yes, we do. Also, head over to YouTube. Check out our YouTube channel, MousePIRE Podcast. Search MousePIRE Podcast over on YouTube. Subscribe. Check out the videos. You can also find the link at our MousePIRE Facebook page. Right there where you see our episode, when you see the list of links, it's there. Also, you can also listen to our episodes on the YouTube channel. That's pretty cool.
We just want to let you know that we were going to make he was going to make an attempt to try and get us on Spotify, but they wanted a firstborn child and an arm and a leg.
And my gallbladder.
And his gallbladder, which, I mean, he's already going to be having taken out anyways, but I think they wanted it gift wrapped. So we've chosen basically consensus that Spotify can stick it and we don't need them.
The thing about that, it was Spotify, the only way you can get your podcast on there if you were a legit, like ESPN had their podcast, something like that. That was the only way you can have a podcast if you're like a professional type of thing. Podcasts like us or other ones, you couldn't do it. But all of a sudden now they're going to let people put their podcasts. But they just have too many rules and stuff like that. So I was just like, whatever.
Yeah, it seemed pretty weird. And yeah, they wanted, like, if we had, like, we have at the beginning of this podcast, we didn't start the fire. We wouldn't be able to have that.
Right.
I mean, we're not really supposed to be doing that stuff anyways. We know it. But I mean, they check, apparently they have police that go through and checks people's podcasts, and you probably would get booted if you had that.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that happens to us on YouTube also, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, there was a couple episodes we couldn't upload because of music.
Right, so.
We just try to that's why we try to keep it short.
Right.
Anyway, head over to YouTube, subscribe to our channel. We would really, really appreciate that.
Hi, it's time for the mail now.
This is not going to go the way you think.
Well, that's funny because that's the subject line of this email.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's from Dan the Man.
No way.
Yes, it is. He says, "Hey guys, well, as I write this, it's about time for The Last Jedi to premiere in theaters and time for me to get blocked from the parks for a couple of weeks.
Join the club, buddy. It's okay. No biggie.
Managed to get my Oogie Boogie popcorn bucket last week.
Woohoo.
Had a great time at the park last Sunday. Got there before any of the MousePIRE guys were awake and rode the holiday rides. Another turn on the new scenes in Star Tours, the Christmas Fantasy Parade, Star Wars Path of the Jedi with Episode 8 scenes, and a few other things. A great day. What are some things you suggest to do at holiday time since the parks are so busy? This year, I actually waited for the tree lighting ceremony and the lighting of Small World Holiday. You know what? When I was on Friday, I was on Main Street by the gallery, Disneyana, and I noticed those people were just standing there by the tree, and I looked at the time. It was almost 5 o'clock. I said, "Oh yeah, the tree light is about to start." So I just sat there for a little bit, and then they did the tree lighting, and all the lights came on, which was pretty cool. So that's a cool thing to see. I haven't seen the Small World this year, but that's another thing that is pretty cool to watch that too. Another thing to do during holiday time, since the parks are busy, you know what? Go down to the Grand Californian, have some hot chocolate over there in the lobby. That's pretty cool. That's fun. Did that a couple of times.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet this year. Need to go do that.
Yeah, see, there's a lot of things that I'm trying to do before I get to the operation I'm about to have. So I'm trying to get to the parks at least 2 times before Tuesday. So see what happens there. But yeah, that's another thing you would like to do. Try to do that. I don't know. Maybe go eat some fat food at downtown Disney. Check out the what do you call it? The lighting, the lights that come on in Cars Land at dusk. That's pretty cool too. You have any ideas?
Nope. I mean, Festival of Fatness.
Yeah.
You got that going on. I mean, anything over at DCA. I mean, go down to end of downtown Disney and do those things that we don't know what's going to happen with ESPN and Earl Sandwich and Rainforest and any of those ones that are going to get displaced by the hotel. We don't know what's happening with those things. So, I mean, if you've never been to any of those places, maybe go there, check those things out.
But definitely go get hot chocolate at Grand Californian.
Yes, definitely the Grand Californian is always a place to go because, I mean, not only you got that, I mean, you got the gingerbread house over there, right?
Yes.
So,
and they have carolers there performing.
Right.
And they also have the guy who plays the piano. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. Just
and they have their pretty tree in the center of the lobby there.
And if you're lucky, you can find some place to sit. But
right.
Yeah, that's a good thing to do. I really like doing that. All right, so Dan goes on to say, Coco, wow, what a film. Saw it early on Sunday morning, and by the end of it, I don't think there was a dry eye in the place. Very cultural or full of cultural as Fernando would say. But great. Seen it on blocked. Oh, no, I haven't. He's seen it? No, I haven't seen it yet. Hopefully I can. All right, he says, I'm blocked after Sunday, but if all goes well, hopefully I can guest on the podcast on winter break. Dan out.
Yeah.
Maybe I should leave this stuff here and you can have Dan come over and you guys can do that. And then you just send me the card in the mail and I'll edit it. I don't know.
Can I email you the file or is it too big?
It's too big.
It's too big.
Yeah.
Well, we figure something out.
Yeah. All right. So we'll see what happens with that because I know Dan wants to come on here when he's on break. But, I'm about to get my gallbladder pulled out of me. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. All right. Next email is from Michael the Mail Guy. Michael the Mail Guy here. Light versus Dark was epic fun this fall. Great turnout. Great crowd of Star Wars fans. Great parade of lightsabers. Great spectators cheering us on. Great new location for the ending of the event. Best and crazy lightsaber battle this year. He said the light side won again. It's a tie at 2 wins each. Who will win at the special Light vs. Dark on May the 4th at Disneyland? We'll have to see. Hopefully we get some more dark side people out there. Me, wifey, and baby Ariel went to enjoy Ariel's grotto before it's gone. Wonderful experience here. Love the food. Love the mini show for the princesses. Great staff. Overall, sad to see it go because I loved it. 2 adults came out to $108, but with the annual pass discount, $95 with tip added. I wonder if they just got $3 tip.
Better than nothing.
Next is breakfast buffet at Plaza Inn.
Ooh.
It's sad to say that I'm done for 2017. It was a crazy year, and half of the year I was with Ariel at the hospital, but lots of with the MousePIRE crew and its stalker fans. Can't wait for 2018. Support the podcast. Share the show with everyone. We need your help. Yes, we do. It would be nice if you guys, when you guys see us post the podcast, the new episode every week, if you guys could just share that on Facebook. So as soon as you see us post it, share it on your page because you never know. Hey, you know what? If we get at least one new listener, because you shared it, that'd be great. Everyone who listens, shares it, and then we'll be getting like hundreds of new listeners.
Hey, sharing is caring.
Yes, it is. All right, so here it goes. The Dirty Award.
The Dirty Award.
All right, the Dirty Award goes to Disney Security, Diggs, and Ratman.
Uh-oh. See, I told you we had to defend ourselves.
Didn't show up for their event, plus the birthday boy himself didn't show up.
That's not fair. I'm going to just interject right now because I told him as things were happening that parking was closed and there was nothing I can do. So, hey.
He does say, you're not that bad, Ratman, as you did wait for a bit to see if the parking would open up. Still fired.
Whatever. We had Fuddruckers.
Ooh. I was ready to pick up Diggs for the event and steal a wheelchair for him, but he is in Arizona. Dirty. Messed up my plans. And Disney adding blackout dates to SoCal and deluxe passes. SoCal Pass Sundays blocked all of October. So that's next October. They're all blocked. But the thing is, we did talk about how it did say now up to whatever. It doesn't give you an exact, so they can change at any time. Deluxe looks more. Saturdays are taken away in the early months. I could be wrong about this. To be continued in January 2018. All right. Well, I just want to say real quick that yes, I was in Arizona, and anytime I have a chance to go there and visit my friends, I'm going to take it.
Wait, so he didn't even tell us why security was dirty?
No.
So he just went into detail about why we're dirty, but he didn't say anything about why security was dirty?
No.
Well, I mean, we already know security is dirty, so,
yeah.
I mean, maybe it's just a given, but, I preemptively, I knew I preemptively had to stick up for at least myself.
Like I said, anytime I get a chance to go head over to Arizona to visit, I'm going to take it. Trust me on that. All right, questions. Do you think anything new might pop up when Goofy Sky School is done?
I've heard some people wondering. I've talked to people who were wondering if when Goofy Sky School came back, whether it was gonna be rethemed, that it was gonna be some extension of the Pixar, or that there was something else gonna go on with it. But I don't think so, because it's so far removed from where that stuff's going on.
Right.
That it might have been. It's just coincidental.
I believe it
that
is.
it's just something that they was gonna do for the ride anyways.
Right.
I mean, as far as, I don't know.
I don't think so.
If there was going to be any retheming, I think we would have heard something by now. So
You would have seen it.
yeah, we'd have seen it.
Yeah.
And especially with it due to reopen in just over a week. So
Right. All right. How is the selection for this year's festival holidays in DCA? Not good selection of food for my taste.
then you deserve the dirty award yourself, because if you don't like the selection, then, well, you're part of the problem. Because to me, the selection was great. I think actually the selection, as far as getting your money's worth for the Sip and Savor Pass, was actually better than it's ever been, with
Well,
the
that's
fact
the
that you
thing.
have higher priced
We
items.
went there on the Friday, and they were trying something. I forgot what they got. But, they just paid straight out the $7 or whatever it was. They didn't get the pass, so, they just don't think it's
I don't know.
worth it.
The pork belly all the way. If the pork belly is worth whatever. Pork belly.
Now, Michael the Mail Guy's tip of the week.
All right, so Michael's tip of the week. Always try something new every time you go to the park. Sounds like it's familiar. Have you seen Lincoln's speech? This sounds really familiar. Have you been on Pirates Island? Have you been in every shop? Have you ate at every place in the parks? Have you went to all of the restrooms in the parks? What is wrong with Michael?
I probably have, just because of circumstances, but not because I was trying to go to all the restrooms in the park.
Yeah.
I've cleaned them all.
There you go. Always do something you have never done each time you go. Set a goal to keep you busy at the parks. Till the end, this is Michael the Mail Guy saying bye. Now, let me just say, this sounds very familiar that he's given this tip before. Just the fact that he said the Lincoln thing, and I know he asked that before, and my mic stand's going limp. I don't know why.
Oh, my.
So, yeah, that's Michael the Mail Guy and his tip of the week. But it is, I know he said something about doing something new when you go to the park. So, yeah, I always try to do something new, or just try to do something you haven't done in a while at the parks.
Ariel over at DCA is a good one. If you haven't been on Ariel in a while, it's a nice one to just jump on if you see the line is short.
Yeah, we went on.
Or if it's not on fire.
We went on a Friday. On Friday, we went on it. All right. Well, thank you for your email, Dan the Man. Thank you for your email and your tip of the week, Michael the Mail Guy. Now, if you guys have any questions, your comments, your tip of the weeks, if you guys want to talk about your restroom visits, whatever you guys got to do, all you have to do is email us.
MousePIRE@gmail.com.
Do you have a special occasion coming up? Looking to personalize your trip with a keepsake? Create customized buttons for birthdays, engagements, family vacations, even bridal parties, or just because. Check out buttonsbydiggs.com today. Buttons by Diggs, Buttons by Diggs. Remember, those are buttons, not pins.
There's a train in the house.
Yeah, there is.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode of the MousePIRE Podcast. We appreciate you taking your time to listen to our episode. I know a lot of you guys miss us, and we're trying. There's that train coming through the living room again.
Yeah, it is. Woo-woo!
So yeah, we are going to see what we can do. Maybe we can have them record without me. We'll work on something. I don't know yet. But yeah, anyway, if there's some episodes you haven't heard, why don't you go back and listen to those? You can always do that.
Yeah, I know it's been a couple bad couple months for us with the podcast and everything. Just bear with us, and please don't go away. We're still here.
And don't go away mad.
Yeah, please. If you do, just don't tell us.
All right, so hurry up and get to the parks and enjoy the Festival of Fatness. Go over there, try all those yummy looking foods. You heard Anthony tell you about what he tried this past weekend or whatever it was. And hey, if he says it's good, it must be good. So if you're into that type of food that he ate, I would definitely try it. And hurry up. Yeah, because it's going to run out pretty soon.
Yeah, as I said earlier, don't forget this weekend is the last for the signature passes. If you're a deluxe, then you're already done today, right? No, you said Friday whatever. Anyways, if you're a deluxe, you're almost done. And if you are a SoCal, well, today was your last day, so go see Star Wars.
There you go. But once again, if you are eating that food in the parks, wherever you're eating in the parks, hashtag your pictures with Fat Time in the Parks. And you can also hashtag it with Festival Fatness.
Yes.
Show those yummy pictures.
Yes, I will be posting pictures onto my Twitters probably tomorrow for the ones that I just had yesterday, and those will be up before this podcast comes out.
So yeah, it's all yummy food over there, and hopefully I can go over there and try that white hot chocolate, even if I only can take a little taste of it. And there's a couple of desserts I want to try. So hopefully I can do that pretty soon.
Yes, and also don't forget that if you, depending on when you are planning on seeing Star Wars, make sure you guys watch yourselves on social media and watch out for all of the jerks with spoilers.
Yeah, don't be those jerks to give out the spoilers and ruin it for everybody else, you know, like people were doing when Han Solo died. Oh, did I give that a spoiler out? Oops. Anyway, yeah. So for all of you who are going to go to see Star Wars, enjoy it. Yes, take it all in. And
as always, don't forget, we do want to hear your thoughts about Star Wars, The Last Jedi. Make sure you guys send us your thoughts and or your reviews to the podcast, mousepire@gmail.com, subject line, The Last Jedi. Even though we will make sure that we get those and we will read those or some of your thoughts on the Last Jedi special episode when we get around to doing it. So don't forget, mousepire@gmail.com, The Last Jedi. All right, so as usual, you guys know what to do. Check us on the social medias. We are MousePIRE on Facebook. We are at MousePIRE on the Twitter and the Instagram. I am at No, I'm not. I am at... What am I? I am at Dubax4Life. That is Dubax, the number 4, Life. See what I got going on there. Like I said, I always post everything. This guy will retweet most of my stuff, hopefully. So just keep an eye out on the MousePIRE. Otherwise, you can follow me and see what all my nonsense is and my personal thoughts and
he has a lot of nonsense going on.
musings and nonsense.
You can follow me on Instagram at Baloo1313. And don't forget to follow Buttons by Diggs on Instagram. There you will see when your button order is going out.
Those are buttons, not Coke Zero.
Don't forget to head over to patreon.com/mousepire. Help support the podcast. Any amount will do, and we would greatly appreciate it, just like Scott did, Fernando Xavier Hubbard, and Fancy Nancy. So we appreciate that. Also, visit our YouTube channel. Search MousePIRE Podcast on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. And as soon as I am 100%, I will start doing some more, start doing more videos in the parks and stuff like that. But until then, you can enjoy the content we have up now. And you can also listen to the podcast on YouTube if you prefer that way instead, which is really cool because I know a lot of people love listening to it on YouTube. They think they say it's easier than, trying to do Stitcher and stuff like that. I hate Stitcher myself, but I got to give Android something so they can listen. But yeah, go to YouTube, search MousePIRE Podcast, subscribe, check out the videos, and listen to our podcast there. Don't forget, we have our MousePIRE Holiday Special with our shirts. You can get a shirt for $25, and that will include free shipping, a free vinyl decal MousePIRE logo you can put on your car, and hurry up and get on the exclusive offer to get a free MousePIRE button, not pin, with your order. Those are very limited. I'm not sure how many we have left yet, so get on that and get your MousePIRE gear. Yeah, we also have a hoodie, which is $35, I believe. So yeah, check that out. Go to buttonsbydiggs.com. You can check all that out there. and get your order in. And hopefully, if you guys hurry up, you can receive your order before Christmas. That'd be cool.
Yeah, get those clothes and rep your MousePIRE. And until next time, remember, it only takes a spark to create a fire, but it still takes that village to raise a child. So for Olaf, Bob Chopek, and Jim Neighbors, I'm Anthony.
I'm Diggs.
Bye.
We're doomed.
This podcast is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. Audio, sound bites, and other clips are property of their copyright holders. All original stuff is ours and property of MousePIRE.com.
I guess it doesn't really.
We're kind of like we're a lot. I can't even talk.
On this week's episode, we're back in pork belly.